Hey, what's up, guys? This is your boy Montre, and this is my first video of the year. I just wanted to make a video regarding Trump and the astrology and numerology of Trump. I think this should be pretty interesting. I pulled up some things on my laptop real quick just to kind of check out what his numbers are. Because I like to fiddle faddle with numerology, and I feel like it can tell you a lot about people, tell you a lot about what what you're good at, what you're not good at, and some of the ideas for the year. So I looked up Trump, and his birthday is June 14th, 1946. This is making his personal year. If we take June 14th, just that year, that month and day, that's 6 plus 14, which is 11. Because 6 plus 1 plus 4 is 5 is 11. 11 is a prime number, which is very powerful. We bring that down to 2, and this is a personal, or not a personal, this is a universal 1 year for 2017. So we take his 2 and add it to the universal 1 year, and this is Trump's universal 3 year. So for a universal 3 year, it's a really good time for Trump in regards to communicating, to expressing himself, if he does it in the right way. And that's the thing about Trump. Sometimes he doesn't communicate in the right way, but actually this year is a really good year. If he's going to do anything to improve his likability, Trump, if you're out there and you're listening, if you're going to do anything to improve your likability, he needs to get out there and socialize with the people. He needs to get out there and show who he really is, instead of always communicating negative things or clapping back at everybody on Twitter. He needs to spend his energy communicating one-on-one with people, and socializing with them, and getting to know people on a different level. And he's kind of doing that on his own way. But there's a lot of people going to Trump Towers and stuff. But I think he needs to come out of his little comfort zone and go into people's world and just to see who they are. Also, June 14th is a Gemini. I don't know if you guys know how Geminis are, but Geminis talk with their hands a lot. So you see Trump doing a lot of hand motions when he speaks. Geminis are very dual in nature. So one side of Trump that we see in the public may not be everything about him. So Trump definitely is the type of guy, because he's a Gemini. One, he has to talk all the time. He has to communicate. That's why he's always on Twitter. Secondly, there's another side to Trump that we may not see, and that might be he may keep that to his personal quarters, or those people who are closer to him. Geminis typically have a dual nature to themselves, so they may keep one side to themselves and another side with their family. And I'm sure everybody does it, but Geminis are masters at doing this. And Geminis are always busy, so I see that Trump is definitely going to get even busier, be that he has the country under his responsibility. Also, he has a life path number of 4, which kind of coincides with being a Gemini, being very busy. People with a life path of 4 are worker bees. They're the type of people who are always on the go, who are always working, who are always striving. 4 is about stability. It's about putting things where they need to be, organizing things, making things stable. So Trump naturally is going to gravitate toward things like that. It makes sense that he is a businessman that's into real estate, because 4 also rules the home and family. So some of the issues that he may deal with, it also makes sense that he has so many kids, because 4 also represents family. He will probably focus on things that have to do with real estate, or things that have to do with families, that might be more important to him than other things. But mostly it's going to be about stability, and his whole goal and his whole life path is to stabilize the country and get it to a point where financially is beneficial for everybody. And I've always said that, I didn't vote for Trump, but I will say that I can see some of the benefits that he may bring. Life path 4. Oh, he's a 45th president. If he's wise, he won't try to invent anything new. He won't try to put anything new into place. Anything that he will try that's new and innovative is going to fail, or it'll be ultimately bad for the country. Trump, as the 45th president, that's a number 9. That's the end of a cycle. He needs to, or he will, be the president that is going to bring some closure to a lot of things. So, like right now, we're talking about the Affordable Care Act. That's nothing new. It's something that he didn't start it, but he's going to finish it. So, during his time as president, it would be wise for him to just finish up things that are having problems, fix them. It would be better to fix things than to start something new. Any new policies that he's going to create will probably get shot down. He'll get more problems with that, or it'll cause more problems for the country, or the next president will stop it. I'm just seeing that because the next president will be the 46th president, which is going to be which is going to be probably a stronger leader than him, and probably take us into a whole new era for America. Trump is not the one to bring us into a whole new era. Actually, Trump is the end of an era. So, and a lot of people have that fear about that, but you shouldn't have fear about that. Everything is in cycles. What Trump is going to do is he's going to wrap up a lot of things that have been loose ends, and especially with government. So we may see a lot of endings and closure with this time of Donald president time. How do I put it? His era as president. I don't know if that's the right word to say. But like I said, he's a Gemini. He has a life path of 4, which is about stabilizing things. It's about working. I think he's going to be a hard worker. I think he's going to be very busy. And he's also going to try to keep people busy. And he's the 9th president, which is about closure. So I think he's going to put his hands in a lot of cookie jars. He may bite off more than he can chew, but that's not. That's what can you expect from Donald Trump, right? He might bite off more than he can chew, but we'll see how he does. Like I said, not a Trump supporter, but I can see the good and bad that he could bring. Some of the bad things is that he needs to learn how to express himself in a positive way. Being a life path of 4, and being a Gemini, he has to communicate. He has to express himself. And like I said, this is a good year for him to express himself. Next year will probably be better for him because that'll be his personal 4 year. But this year, as a universal 1 year, it's a new beginning for America. It's a new beginning for everybody. But he has to really watch how he communicates with people. Otherwise, he's going to find himself in some really bad situations. And 4s typically do not express their emotions very well. Obama was a universal, a life path 2, which is very different. That's a diplomat. That's somebody who's very much a counselor, who can bring people together, who can bring two sides, and is always looking at both sides of the coin. 4s are not so much like that. 4s typically, they get an idea in their head and they stick with it, and they can be stubborn at times. So it'll be interesting to see what he can accomplish in some of the the barriers that he's going to come across. Anyways, that's all I have to say for today. If you have any questions, you have some comments, leave them below, and be sure to check out my other videos and subscribe, because if you don't do it, then who will? Talk to you guys later.